Trigonometry. In this lesson, we're going to learn how to use the sine, cosine, and tangent ratios to determine side lengths and angle measures in right triangles. So let's say we're working with angle A. And with this angle, we want to find the sine, the cosine, or the tangent. Well, the hypotenuse, that never changes. Hypotenuse is always the longest side of the triangle and sits directly opposite the right angle. So this will never change. What does change is the adjacent or opposite side, and that always depends with what angle we're working with. If we're working with angle A, then the opposite side would be side A, and the adjacent side would be side B, the one right next to it. If we were looking for the sine, cosine, or tangent of angle B, then these would change. The opposite side would now be side B, and the adjacent side next to angle B would be side A. And this is important to use in trigonometry, and we'll see this in the next slide. Trigonometric ratios. So to find the sine of an angle, we use the ratio the opposite side over the hypotenuse. To find the cosine of an angle, we use the adjacent side over the hypotenuse. And to find the tangent of an angle, we use the opposite side over the adjacent side. Now, an acronym to help us remember that is called SOHCAHTOA. The SOH is for sine equals opposite over hypotenuse. CAH is for cosine equals adjacent over hypotenuse. And TOA, the TOA, is used for tangent equals opposite side over adjacent side. And this is just to help us remember what side lengths to use for what ratios. Okay, let's practice. What are the sine, cosine, and tangent ratios for angle T? So we're working with this angle right here. Let's remember the acronym SOHCAHTOA. So let's start with sine. Sine is opposite over hypotenuse. So we'll use SIN for an abbreviation. The sine of angle T is equal, so it's O over H. Opposite would be 8, and the hypotenuse, 17. If I want to find the cosine of T, COS, cosine of T equals AH, so adjacent over hypotenuse. The side adjacent would be 15, and hypotenuse, of course, is 17. Tangent. What is the tangent of T? And that's TOA, opposite over adjacent. So opposite is 8, and the adjacent is 15. So these would be the ratios for the sine, cosine, and tangent of angle T.